Hey y'all, what's up? What's up?
Hello, everybody.
Hello. So today we're gonna get into Love and Marriage Huntsville. We're gonna get into the new episode of Sisters. And then we definitely gonna get into Kennedy D or just a little take. Little take that I feel like I wanna say. Um but we gonna start with Love and Marriage Huntsville. So what you
Okay.
think of the episode, the last episode that aired?
Well, I'm ready for them to end this girls' trip because we've seen it like how many times?
It's a drag.
Yeah, it's a drag. But I mean, they're still trying to get Melody to say something about her, fans that are out here that they claim, that are going to people's businesses, calling people, just doing everything to tear everybody down, and she's like, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
Like she said, we're all on this platform. She was like, I get hate. Um, people hate me too, but you don't see me coming to y'all saying, control your T squad. That's Tisha, and control your Stormisha squad, because I mean, quite honestly, there's a lot of hate and vile stuff that people say about Melody, her mom, and her children.
Mm-hmm.
And they have not shut it down. I don't care what Stormy has said. They have not. I mean, Stormy brought Trisha on the show. Did she take accountability for that?
Mm-hmm.
Trisha's whole purpose on the show was to have some type of effect on Melody, because of Martell.
Yeah, it was to be messy.
Right. So Tisha had asked Trish about that. Of course, Trish is like, well, I went to the house, and Stormy's like, wait a minute, wait a minute. At first, you said you didn't go to the house. I mean, you adamantly said you didn't go to the house, and she's like, well, yeah. And then Sonny was like, so you just lied because you didn't want to make it seem like it was more to something. And she was like, yeah, it was about training, he wasn't trying to flirt with me. But when she was talking to somebody else, she told them all that they got into an argument. I think she was talking to her fiance or boyfriend or whoever. She was saying all they did was talk about Melody. And I'm wondering why she didn't say that at the table.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have loved her, for her to say that at the table.
Mm-hmm. My thing with the whole, I think Trisha's lying. She don't want to admit it because it's gonna look real ugly. And when it comes to like Melody and her friends, now you can't control another adult, right? So what they need to start doing if they have a problem with it, just start suing them. But to have Melody, like even if Melody say I don't agree with it, I don't think anything is going to stop. So I don't get why she asked that part. But cause trolls gonna be trolls, and I feel like you
Right.
trolls accordingly, like Tasha K. Um, but I don't see what that's gonna do with Melody saying it. Like she don't agree with it. I don't think that's gonna stop them. I can understand how irritating that could be. Um, messing with your lifeline, how you feed your family, but they gonna say, but yeah, that.
My only thing is, if it's a millimeter, then prove it.
Hmm.
Just because you saying it's like Stormy was like the lady was a millimeter. The lady from what I've been watching on the show and watching on YouTube, she's always stated she was an investigator. Like I said, she was at Martell and Melody's court case. She couldn't go in. She sat outside. She was able to go into Marceau's court case. She's visited sites, where Marceau and Tisha claim that they're building on, and um, so I mean, unfortunately, that's what she does when When this was happening, Stormy claimed that she had sepsis. So she had showed a picture um, of herself in a cap, gloves. I mean, her cap, her glasses, and she said she had sepsis. So that same lady went to she went to the urgent care, and she listed all the stuff that they like sepsis is a very serious blood it ain't no urgent care thing. It's hospitals, it's and she debunked it. I mean, that's what she does, but she's never said she was a millimeter. As far as
She
Tisha,
debunked it because they don't do that at that facility.
right, and just like there was an episode on the show
That
where
lady
this
careful.
well, there was an episode on the show where this new guy he comes in. Marcel kicks Tisha out of her office. He doesn't want her to put her degrees up. All of a sudden, he has this new partner. So, that, like I said, that same lady, she found the place where they were supposedly quote unquote building, and this guy was. She said that she had alerted the guy. He was like outside in some type of like a trailer or something. So I mean, at the end of the day, he wasn't the new partner. It was just for a TV type of deal. And then a lot of times that's what she does because she lives in that, because she lives in that city. She goes around and she debunks a lot of stuff, and she reports it. But like with Tisha and they was having tax issues and they blamed it on Melody's fans. They was having issues. They have a cigar place called Black. And I guess the church near them was allowing their customers to park in their parking lot. So at some point, allegedly, the church got upset because they were not cleaning the parking lot. So on Sundays, they parishioners would come and you got bottles or whatever, whatever, whatever. And so they told them, look, you can't use our parking lot anymore. I think Marceau had Tisha husband even said that the guy put a fence up so they couldn't get it in there because he went online going off on the deacon of the church, because they wouldn't allow them to use their thing. But again, they blamed it on Melody's fans.
Mm.
I mean, Carlos King on his rant the other day, he said he ain't addressing nothing. So if you're not addressing nothing, why is your cast trying to make this lady address stuff? He interviewed some lady named Latrice from Bell Collective, which I don't even watch. And he asked her, he said, if your fans showed up at somebody's job, what would you do? And she said, I'm gonna be honest, I ain't doing nothing. They better know how to fight. She was like, my fans, they watch the show, they know everybody is coming against me.
And that's why
I ain't doing nothing.
With that lady who's crossing boundaries, baby, because that's beyond me looking at hospital stuff. Did she ever come back with any paperwork, like hospital paperwork?
As far as the sepsis, like I said, if you look that up, that's a very serious illness. That's not something that you would go to urgent care for.
And she said she did that urgent care with that.
Right. Mm-hmm. And then in fact, with this with Stormy supposedly going to jail, the lady revealed that she didn't even go through with the charges. She stopped the charges because she was having, deaths in her family. So this whole story allegedly about her turning herself in and, being charged wasn't really true because she stopped it. The lady said she stopped it. She just didn't have time, to go through with it. So, but anyway,
so you saying she made up the court scene part?
Yes. She wouldn't get her hair done, nails done. She was in her Fendi shirt. She took a picture of herself handcuffed.
Like when Megan went to trial, she was up to the nines. When Cardi go to trial, she be acting like she on the runway. So that's not odd.
But she took a picture of herself in handcuffs. So
Mhm.
I mean, I don't know,
She posted a picture
but
of herself in handcuffs.
yes, because a lot of people were saying that when you go to the back, they take everything, but she supposed to stuff in handcuffs. But and then when Trisha was talking about
But don't be being nosy and then want to cry wolf though. That's what I don't like. That's the only part I don't like. Like, don't be messy all in somebody else's business, then want to call the police. That is so weak to me.
well,
Like, you in their
threat.
business.
No, she wasn't even in the business. She wasn't. They didn't even get a chance to get to the business.
No, I'm talking about that lady how she showed up to her warehouse. Even she said she dropped the charges or whatever, but like you all in their business and you want to call the police. I don't like that.
She did because
I don't
she
like
was
that.
threatened with a pow pow. I mean, this to me the situation was already handled before they even stepped on the curb, before they can even get to the door, before they even knew where the place was at. Her Stormy husband and another guy came out and it was like, what are y'all can't film over here, y'all gotta leave. They left. Well, as they was leaving, that's when Stormy just started cussing and berating
Boy,
them.
no, that she should. Because why is you
And
put
the
her? I
and the
ain't judge
lady
nobody for being mad at somebody being harassed. That's crazy work.
and the lady that was with Miss Black, her name is Miss Black Tana. She was going back off on her. So
Right. So, but that's my only thing. Don't be being messy and then want to be scary and call the police. Like, you in that girl business. You at
she,
her establishment where she feed her family. Like, this ain't no joke. This might be fun for you. Oh, let me go report. Well, I can go back to my job. Like, it's a different level to me. Like,
yeah, I
you can
mean
report, you
it's
can have
really
fun, but it's like it's two different levels to that.
it's no different than a news reporter showing up at places. I mean, and that's what she said. That's what she said she is. She's investigating. News reporters, they do it all the time. But when you make that threat,
She better be safe.
and when you make that threat, then it turns on you.
She better be safe. Yeah. Oh, stop by me myself. Everybody gonna take that lightly. But I don't know. I feel like that's weak. Like I feel like you gotta stand on it. Like stand on with like the type of business that you in. Like don't create mess and then want to run.
Well,
It's a crime.
she
and
she stood on it, and the lady took the
then you dropped
information to
it.
the huh.
And then you dropped it after all that.
Well, yeah, she said was supposedly allegedly she had a few deaths in her family, so she didn't have time, to mentally, really deal with it. So that's what she did. She dropped it.
Well, when it comes to Trish, she's lying. I don't know why. Because at this point, if you're supposed to be separated for 5 years, you should be well established in your relationship. So I don't get the
So
point of lying.
Trish lies just to lie.
That's what it gives. Because it's like, why? If y'all dated, y'all slept around, whatever the case may be. Like, I don't know. I don't get the what's the point? And not just coming out with it. It's
Because this
like
is
she's going around it and then doubling back and then saying, "Well, no, I know I said that, but no, this is what really happened." And it's like, which one is the truth?
right. And what she said was she went over there because she was training. She was going supposedly training him. Then you flip over to the men. And Ken's trying to tell the story as if he was there. He's just going based on off of the lie Trish told him. So Martell, with his old egotistic self, was like, you ain't gonna tell me, you know, how I be with different women. He was like, I drop down on her DM just like I drop down on other women's DM, and then I decide if I want to sleep with them. He was like, she don't look as good at she looks better now than she did then. She came over. He was like, he was pretending like he don't know what happened. They had some drinks, whatever. He ain't say nothing about training because he was like, ain't no woman gonna train me. And in the past, he has posted videos of training himself, so she really wasn't needed.
Mhm. Yeah, that's why she should have just been on forward with it because he gonna play around with it.
I mean, sometimes he can be honest, and then sometimes you gotta be like, okay, miss me with the BS. But I mean, if he's saying he dropped into the DM just to smash, and she trying to pretend like it was you know to train him, which I don't believe that.
Yeah, she
And
definitely.
then you got Mel at the table talking about Martell is fine. I mean, he is some eye candy. Oh my God. He first of all, he don't even look that good. Secondly, even though Melody and Martell have been divorced for maybe about 4 or 5 years now, still to me that was just kind of off for her to say that.
It is off. That's weird.
That is weird for her to say it, to say that.
And that's probably why she just had a straight face.
She was just looking like,
Why did you feel that comfortable
right.
to say that?
Like you've been having secret feelings about him all this time,
Right. What is it
or
about?
what? And even if it was based on everything that he's done to her, everything that's been proven that he's done to her, it's like, he still gets this pass. You look past all of that and say he looked good in his suit, or you look past all of that and say he he's quote unquote sexy.
Right. Like his character is what makes him like make a person sexy. Like the way he treated his wife, his ex-wife, nothing sexy about it.
There's nothing sexy
The
about
way
it, but
he
every
talk about her and refer to her, nothing sexy about it. Like,
yeah,
mm-mm.
but it seems like they've all given him a pass. They've taken his side, you know.
And that happens with pretty privilege on both sides too. Tends to get away with certain stuff. Oh, but she's pretty or he's handsome.
Hmm.
This
Yeah,
is a societal thing. Like, yeah, people let people get away depending on how they look.
or how you feel about them.
Mm-hmm.
They tend to overlook stuff. I'm trying to think what else happened. They did the boat ride on the
Mm-hmm.
catamaran. Everybody was saying, how they had a good time, and Melody asked everybody to go around and say one thing that about the trip. Um, Everybody had good things to say. Nell said it was exhausting. Destiny said it was a lot. Mel friend said it was a lot. Tisha said it was growthful. And then Melody took a dig at her. She was like, growthful? I know Tisha ain't never used that word growthful. And I know her mama ain't never used it.
That was definitely shade.
But the backdrop is her Tisha mom allegedly goes online almost every day. I don't listen to her because I can't really listen to her. And she talks about Mel.
Hmm. No, I get it,
So
but it was shade.
yeah, it was shade. I mean, but my thing is they all throw shade. She does it's the issue. So the next morning, no, was that was no Trisha and Stormy had already left. Yeah, Trisha and Stormy had already left. And Mel had met up with Tisha and Kimmy while they was in the pool. And they was asking her how did you feel,
On the
about what happened.
I was saying goodbye.
Yeah, and just the whole conversation, because Trisha was like, Mel, you shut down. And so she was like, yeah, I had to shut down, before I said something. I had to go into, find my little place or whatever. But I'll say something later, and that's basically what she's always done on the show. She's always kind of like kept quiet, kept quiet, kept quiet, and then eventually she'll like break out, you know. But Tisha had the nerve to ask her, what she asked her, did you feel funny But it's like you brought her. Did you feel uncomfortable? But it's like you brought up the conversation for her to feel uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
That was your whole. That was their whole plan. You had Destiny on there. You had Stormy. You had Trish. All of them was there to bombard this lady.
Mm-hmm.
And she was probably sitting at the table thinking, y'all came on this free trip, free food, free activities, and all y'all doing is complain and come at me. But I'm trying to
And
think. I
then
don't think
somebody mentioned the fact that um this is why we want couples trips. I can't think of her name.
that was Kimmy.
Yeah, she was like, she get to flirt with him while we sit here. Like, girl, she had a few flirt moments. It is never that deep.
Right, and all it was is a flirt because he gonna be flirting with the next guest to come in so he can get them
Right, like y'all
tips. You know
on
what I'm saying?
vacation. You flirt, you keep it moving. Like,
And
oh.
Kimmy, for her to, it's like it's not like her husband takes her on vacations. I mean, she sat up in a whole um, therapy session, and she said she felt like she missed everything in her life because she was, a single mother. She was raising her son. She saw her friends go on trips, go out, have fun, and she didn't get a chance to do none of that. He didn't hear none of that because you would have been thinking,
I'm
all right,
about to
babe, let's
plan a
go on
cruise.
vacation. Right,
Mm-hmm.
it's none of that. So, I mean, to me, she should have sat there and been quiet and thankful that she went somewhere.
No, I feel it.
Yeah,
But yeah, they just jealous of her.
yeah,
That's all it comes down to. But
it's crazy.
I don't like that lady. I ain't gonna hold
Which one?
you. The reporter lady.
Oh, Miss Black Titanic.
Cause she giving me Karen. Like, you can't create problems and then want to call the police. I don't like that. She should have took it on the chin and kept moving. Clearly, it wasn't that important if you dropped it. So
Well, no, like I said, she had deaths in her family. So I mean, you dealing with that. I mean, you fight your battles. You dealing with a death after death that after that, as opposed to I'm pretty sure if those unfortunate situations hadn't happened, she probably would have just went forward. She would have kept on with it. But um, given the circumstance, she just decided to drop it.
yeah, I don't like her. We can keep going.
Mm.
I don't like that Karen behavior. Like, you causing drama, all of this, and you want to call them police. That is weak. That is so weak to me. But yeah.
So before they had went on a trip, Melody had asked everybody to
And then
bring their bottles. Huh?
we gonna move over to sisters after this. Go ahead.
Yeah, we're gonna move on, sisters. She'd asked them to bring a bottle. Like she gave everybody a bottle. So with they one word, they put it in that bottle and she threw it out. You know, for sure.
Yeah, that was good. That's cute.
Hmm.
I remember her doing
And then Neil asked Destiny how she how her son doing because I guess she's supposed to be dating her son
it. Mm-hmm.
or flirting with her son. So.
I don't really care about that because she said that they just doing it for fun. He just got out of marriage or whatnot, so it's gonna be
Hmm.
nothing deep. And she shouldn't be talking to him if she just got out of a marriage.
Yeah. All right, we can move on to sisters.
All right, so sisters, this will be my last season watching. I'm not gonna hold you. I won't be coming back to report this no more. Like, when you watch other TV shows and you go back to this, like, it's getting to that point.
Hmm.
Andy's still at the hotel in the hotel room. This we about three episodes in. She's still there. The random scream blew me. Like, I was ready to cut it off then. And
Okay.
then her reminiscing on the whole thing, that pissed me off in itself. Because why are you reminiscing on this dude?
Right.
Then Hayden and Marie Wallace. Marie Wallace is hilarious. To say the least. She definitely about her business and she's just doing whatever she wants because she rich. That's what it's
Hmm.
given. Like, she's just having her way because she rich. But Hayden definitely going. Like, he weird like that. I don't know.
I know. But she did tell him. She told him to look over. I guess he gave him the paperwork for Roots to Riches,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and
she using him.
she told him to to look it over and don't mess it up.
Mm-hmm. And then Sabrina taking out a loan of $100K.
First of all, that's not how you ask for a loan. You're supposed to go sit down with a banker.
And then, like, I don't like that. I don't like the way he did it. Like, it's real
Right.
sneaky, real, because you work here, I know I'm finna get a loan. Like, you know she just got her job back. Like, do you really care about her and her position? To even ask her that question? Like, to me, it's like, you think I'm a goofy, don't you?
Right. That kind of like threw me off. And what she should have told him was like, okay, make an appointment with a personal banker.
Mm-hmm.
Because they got to see, does he got money in the bank? They got to go over all of that, with him. I would
Or he could have asked, can you take a look and see if I can really get this loan?
or something like that, yeah. But that, yeah.
I need $100K.
Mm-hmm.
What?
What tripped me out is the ladies that was in there hollering, picking in the salon.
Mm-hmm.
They just Roots to Riches, yada whatever they saying, but every single time Karen and that girl started talking, they shut up.
Oh my God, that's why I said I'm done. That scene alone.
They did it every time.
They talked, and then as soon as the girl stopped talking, they zoomed in on Karen and the girl behind her.
Right.
Like, y'all are about to piss me off. For real. And why didn't you just call the police?
Right.
For trespassing.
She let them stay there for hours on hours and then say, y'all gonna have to go. Like, girl, you should have did that when the first person stepped in your store.
No, for real. Mm-hmm. And then the white lady at the bank, she definitely represents some people.
That was, what, her and Maurice. Why?
But no, I ain't gonna hold you. He hit that. They love me. He love me not.
I just wasn't interested in that at all.
That's the only thing that took me out when he started ripping up that pen. But I don't know. I think she's an important character. Now, I'm not saying them two, their interaction, but I think she's an important character because there is always one person like that just does too much.
Mm-hmm.
Overboard, just annoying, irritating. So I get why the character is there, but it's like, where's the storyline at this point?
It ain't.
Like,
it's
a reality TV show. Like, where's the storyline? We need
right. It's not. I was just like, oh Lord, let me find something to do until they get off the screen.
Oh my God! And then Andy tried to have an Annalise Keating moment. How to Get Away with Murder, the attorney.
Right.
She tried to have a moment like that, and it did not work. I was so disappointed when she was in her apartment.
Mm-hmm.
I think she was talking to herself or something. Oh
yeah.
What is this?
It was so out of the blue.
It was like the scream.
Right. It just.
It don't flow. It didn't flow.
Not at all. And she was just saying she'll never be controlled by a man again, and
yeah, that's what she was saying. Like, why am I acting so? Yeah, but she no. After you have to match that moment.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you're gonna do it, go all out in it. It's like it was too clean.
And then after, go ahead.
I was gonna say Danny's starting to feel like I feel like Danny honestly feel like he doesn't like her. It's like he likes the woman that he feel like she can be in a position he can put her in.
Right.
And it's like, I don't know, because in a way he just wants her to be in a better position. But at the same time, if that's not what she wants, you can't push that on her. So it's like, I get it because it's like, I got this opportunity, blah, blah, blah. But that wasn't the way to do it, first of all. But if you was trying to give your person that opportunity, like see if they actually want that opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the way he did that. Like he said, he real pushing. Why was she drunk?
I don't know. She was feeling upset because, just like you said, she feels like he doesn't accept her for her. He wants her to be a certain type of person, and that's not what she wants.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah, she don't want to do that, and that's why it's like, isn't that like beginning conversation? What's your long term? Like, where do you see yourself at? Do you want to do?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that like the conversation? Was he not just paying attention? Because she's always said she's fine. Where she at?
Right. And he may have thought, well, she just talking. Maybe she doesn't know what's out there. But again, that's a conversation they should have had.
Yeah.
And if she said to him again, no, I'm fine. That's not what I want to do. Then he should have just accepted it.
And he could have asked her like if there's any opportunities in of going higher. Is that something you would want to do, or are you just okay with your position?
Right.
Like just ask before you kind of just toss it.
Mm. Oh, he went full stream ahead.
He absolutely did.
You know,
He probably told them she was coming and everything.
okay. So now he look bad.
He do.
Yeah.
And then Andy thinking Jordan did it, and then the sister is getting on my nerves. Cause why did you come up there like that,
Wait a minute, who?
Penelope?
Oh yeah. Oh, Penelope. She came there to do what she did. That was knock Andy out.
And this is why sisters need to be out of their boyfriends or husbands' business, because you had it all wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And he just got his head down like a little boy and everything.
So I don't know if that part, because I mean, Andy been reminiscing out of the blue. So I don't know if that's another part of her, reminiscing, or did that really happen?
No,
We
I think
won't.
that happened because the reminiscing, it was like grayed out, like
Mm,
smoky. The camera.
okay.
That's how you know she went back to the past. But no, she was at that apartment. She punched her in her face.
Okay.
But it wasn't warranted.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know unless she got some information that, I mean, somebody told her something and that's what she's running with.
See, that would have pissed me off. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah, you come up into my house swinging.
Swinging on me. Like, after I tried to help you out, I could have left you there in that
Mm-hmm.
marriage and I helped you. But
And then Zach and Fatima, they still playing detective because now they thinking about robbing. They got Gary's name on there. They got Marie's name on there.
yeah.
And they probably still think one
Each
another
other did
did
it.
it. Uh-huh.
Yeah, everybody looking at everybody as a suspect.
My question is, where's Michael? Did they just
Oh,
forget
he was
about this
there.
little
Remember
boy?
no, that was the next episode where he
That's
said, oh,
that's
yeah,
on the upcoming. I don't think he's been on the last two episodes, has he?
Michael
Is
been
he at
doing
the
other
daycare?
projects.
He visiting a relative? What?
Michael been doing other projects, y'all.
Okay. And
Tyler
then
said, just put the toys in the way. Just put the toys in there. Let them see that.
okay. When Zach came up to bring Fatima some lunch,
Mm-hmm.
and Hayden was in the office and he called Michael mute. He sure did.
That's embarrassing.
Mm-hmm. Like how he know he mute?
Right. And why would
I
you
don't even
do
think he's
that?
ever been around him.
Right.
At least not that I know of.
I thought this my last season. I'm so serious. Like, this is my last. I try. I stick it out for 8 years. But this
Yes,
right
sir.
here, it's just a drag. Like even when you be like, sisters coming up, I be, oh.
I know.
Because it's like, it's not like, oh, what's going to happened. Like, cool. You know.
Nah, because I mean, there's no advancement, and like I said, you picking in somebody's store, you ain't gonna keep shutting up when a person, especially if they ain't even talking to you, they having their own conversation. Y'all stop,
Right. You're
and then
supposed
when
to lower the volume.
and then when they stop talking, y'all start picketing again. I mean, it
And it
was
was like
just
clockwork.
right. It was
You
like
start,
clockwork.
they started yelling. As soon as they started talking, they stopped. It's like it
Right.
was way too obvious.
It was just I don't know.
That's what happened when you say you don't want no help. Tyler said he got it. He know what he
Okay.
doing. Okay. But the last person I want to talk about is Kennedy Dior. It's gonna be
Mm-hmm.
real short sentiment. So Kennedy Dior is a trans woman. She was biologically a male, and she had a birthday party. She had a party where her fans can show up, her supporters can show up, and one of the supporters did. Now the supporter is like TT to me, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when she got up on the mic, you could tell she was a little lit, and mind you, she drove there. So she was really like a real fan, and she accidentally said, "I remember when he." And you could tell, like, she looked so sad. Like, she looked like, oh my God, like, I ain't mean to say that. She didn't have no smirk on her face. And she immediately was like, oh, I'm sorry. I apologize.
Uh-huh.
He said, yeah, you can get out. That's what he told her.
Mm-hmm.
So after this, he dragged this on for like 5 days after the party, saying, I can't believe she misgendered me, blah, blah, blah. And in the midst of those 5 days, all of a sudden, she on the spectrum. The gift that he gave her, he threw it off the balcony.
What?
Really disrespectful. And then when he started explaining his side of the story, somebody said, don't use cisgender because cis is offensive. He
Mm-hmm.
said, Alexa, what does cisgender mean? And so they explained a version, and then he said, exactly, you're cis women. Here's my take, right? And you can be whoever you want to be, you can claim whoever you want to be. But if we're acting as women, nothing else on the name. If we're asking as women for you not to refer us as cisgender, why can't we get the same respect? Right.
Right.
Because the
Mm-hmm.
whole sentiment started that he called her a he. That was a name that you got offended by, and you want to be referred as she. So if I want to be referred as a woman because I'm just a woman, that should be reciprocated and respected.
Right.
So that was my sentiments, and I posted it on TikTok, and I got paragraphs. I'm homophobic. They
Mm-hmm.
couldn't wait to use that word.
Mm-hmm.
Saying that cis is a prefix, cis me. I don't care the meaning. If I'm telling you that that's my boundary, like your boundary, I'm
Right.
telling you I don't want to be called that because I'm a woman. I don't need no other name next to it
Right.
other than woman. Then it doesn't matter if it's a prefix, a suffix. I don't care what it is. Like,
Right.
don't call
Mm-hmm.
me that. So that was like the little back and forth, and of course people was arguing underneath, but yeah, she's a YouTuber. She's on TikTok. And then her mom came trying to defend her and almost called her a he.
Wow.
That's the irony behind all of
Mm-hmm.
this. Like, it happens. Like, you're a naturally born male, so it happens. But if you want to
Right.
be called a woman and referred as a woman, cool, I can respect it. But all I'm asking as a woman, if I can get the same respect. And that was it. That was the sentiment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I totally agree. I totally agree.
Like, if that's what it's about, right? Just respect me as who I want to be. Respect my boundaries.
Respect me as I am.
Exactly, because I'm
You
just
know.
that's it. It's just that I don't want to be a cis, live, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
And then I looked into it. It's a biological term that has nothing to do with gender. It's something that they attach to gender. But I didn't even
Mm-hmm.
want to get into that because then they go down the line. I just want to make it clear,
Right. Uh-huh.
clear on what it is. But yeah, that was the whole big thing on Kennedy to you, and she was like, Yeah, they had to use my name. As you see, I went viral. It did what it needed to do. So you just wanted a viral moment.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you just got to keep listening to them talk. Keep listening. Keep listening. Because yeah, that it gave that you wanted a viral moment, but you end up getting dragged for it though. That was the irony part. But yeah, all Kennedy Dior taught me is just to be humble as a creator, as you grow, as you gain more supporters and everything. So I don't ever want to call them fans. I'm gonna say supporters. Um, just be humble.
Right.
Stay
Mm-hmm.
humble, child. But like pop your stuff, but when it comes to like downing people, that's what I mean. Um, yeah, that's all I really had to say about Kennedy Dior. I just wanted to get that off my chest. 'Cause that was like a hot topic on my TikTok. I wanted to go ahead
Okay.
and give
I
you.
agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, just get the same respect that you want out.
Mm-hmm.
Any other words? Any other words?
That's basically about it.
We're gonna see y'all next week. We're gonna continue on with Love and Marriage Sisters. Um, we could talk about found, but it's like it's not a topic, you know.
Right? Yeah, it's not really a
But what we gonna do is any like hot topic show, like Real Housewives of Atlanta, stuff like that. We come through and talk about it, or we get into what just happened that week, which was Kennedy Dior. That was the biggest thing I seen on TikTok this week. So we gonna mix that in as well.
I think is Love and Marriage, no, Love and Hip Hop Miami coming back on soon or something like that.
Ooh, it might. I didn't see it. That's what you saw.
Yeah, I think I saw that. I'm not sure
The folks
when
would do
though.
that too.
Yeah.
Cause
Yep, and it's all
mhm.
oh my parting words was, just as a free, as a show of support, it's free to make a comment as long as it's respectful, it's free to share, it's free to like. Just join us for some chit chat. We're just chopping it up. We're just giving our opinions. We welcome yours.
Absolutely, it's free 99 to support and always do something for you. Even if it's so small, do something for you. Okay. Bye, y'all.
Bye bye.